All right, collective. I'm gonna light some Palo Santo. I did just do some sage. Got my little candle going. I'm gonna do a little Palo Santo. Maybe it can travel through the screen. I don't know. I hope you've been looking good, smelling good, eating good, drinking good, thinking good thoughts, having a good time with good people, sharing good energy, doing good things in good places. Let's get the party started. All right. All right. Let's see. Who is this for or about? Who is this reading for or about? Who is this reading for or about? King of Wands. Judgment. Actually, yeah, I saw that Judgment. This is definitely who it's about. That's no doubt. I was actually going to do, a reading on love spells. Because there's several masculines out there that are under love spells. They don't realize it. And I think that's because people don't realize what a love spell is. So, if you're good looking, love spells work easier on you. Because it's easier for people to look at you and be attracted, okay? So that's the first thing. So if you're attractive, you are very, very, very useful in this. Okay. Now, another thing about love spells, when you put a love spell on someone and this person is not already in agreement with you, that they want to nurture and care this relationship, you have to be very careful. Because if you're doing things that are against their free will, then you'll be in trouble. So what I mean is like, oh, well, let us, like a love spell that would be proper would be to say, well, let us both really see the best in ourselves and why we would be deserving of one another. You can't be in there like, let him look at me like no one else, you know, like he wants me and no one else and all that craziness. Like that's that won't work. Like it'll work in reverse. What happens when you put a love spell like that, like an aggressive against someone's free will love spell on someone? What you end up doing is making their feelings for the person that they should really be with more strong and aggressive. So then that's what creates this illusion for the person that's under the love spell. They feel intense, crazy chemistry for someone that they're not with, that they're not involved with, you know, that they may have, you know, chosen the person that did the love spell over even. So that's what ends up happening. So that's how love spells work. And then the fact that it came out in the King of Wands, okay, this person is a leader. They're very attractive though. I get that's the only thing that I really saw when that came out. They're attractive and they work well with people and people love them. So if you have the capability to work well with others in a good way, then that's what people see in you. All of those things, good for love spell. Telling you. Okay, so in addition, okay, so we've got the part of where you being attractive and good at working with other people and everybody loves you for the way you work with other people. You're emotionally balanced. You know, at least you know how to party and have fun. Yep, you know how to party and have fun too. Yeah, see, because it's the justice to the competition. So it's like, yeah, you know how to party too. I'm still getting the same energy here with that. It's kind of like you know how to mix and mingle and bring things to an even keel, an even balance, right? Okay. Now, okay, thank you, Spirit. The way that these love spells are keeping you from receiving justice and victory. So let's talk about that. Thank you. So the way that it keeps you in this Ten of Wands is that the individuals that are doing the love spells on you don't actually have a love for you. There's no love on the table yet except for yours to the community. in this King of Cups energy. So essentially, like, there's none, right? This person just constantly is combative against people that they see that would be a good option for you. So they make sure, but they're very particular too. They're very precise is what I'm getting. They know energetically, this Capricorn energy is out here. They know energetically, yeah, how to be strong against the competition. So this person may know your weak spots, or what you like or love in a person. Okay. So they do that. They use other spells and illusionary work. Now, men, I want you to be very careful, because I don't know if you've watched all my videos or not, but I've talked about how men love receiving fellatio. You know, you love it. You love it. And if you have hair, it's very easy for a woman to grab one of those when she's giving you fellatio. See, this is the stuff that they do that keeps you out of your Emperor energy, okay? Because the Emperor didn't come out this full, illuminating, this love that's really being held back. That's wild, okay? Because of this magic to keep you burdened and away from what's familiar and your senses tell you and show you that this is love. Outside of, you know, not this person doing the magic, but you can tell because it feels obsessive, maybe even because of the person's spell work. The person thinks they're making you obsessed about them, but really they're making you obsessed about your actual person. Okay, anyway, so what ends up happening is, every time you try to do a new beginning, if they take in this, every time you try to get off on this new beginning and see someone else and go somewhere else and do something else, every time I walk away, something keeps pulling me back, right? It's the pubic hair. It's the hair. If they've gotten a hair of yours, they can do that spell on you, and then, you know, there's a specific amount of time, you know, with that this tantric sex falls off or stops working. And how they essentially initially get you is that they allow you to they reverse it, because I keep seeing this reversed here, and it's on all the cards, but it's just right here on this burden. So the way that they hold you back is they allow you to have the first tantric experience. I guess that's how it's supposed to be said. They allow you to have this tantric experience first. So it's the one where you receive and experience everything, and it gives you strength in the physical encounter. And then every encounter after that, you are wiped out of your sacral energy, your creative energy. So even if you are doing things still, it's always going to be tight. Your money's always going to be tight with them. Yeah, and then when you break up with them, it feels even worse because they start sending more stuff, you know, because you're headed towards, you know, what's right for you. And you have to understand that that's why they take those, you know, those hairs, those pubic hairs. It's the, I think it might be like something like a get them by the balls spell or something. They've been out there alerting. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, they hit you right at the moment when you feel like, okay, it can't get worse. I'm only going upward. You know, you see the energy of recovery and regeneration, and you're resisting the inevitable end, right? Or maybe they are. But then you're also in an energy of seeking personal closure, looking for shortcuts and delays. You don't find any closure, and you don't complete the goal, right? But really you're trying to get down here, which is to this is this the Nine of Cups? Nine of Cups and the Six of Cups. You're really trying to get to that feeling that does feel like home, the one that you feel the safest and the warmest and the gentlest, and it's like all this ooey gooey. It's like baked cookies and, you know, like the smell of everything that you love. I don't know how else to explain it. Yeah, I do. All I did was split the deck. It's the strength of this energy too, because you have to understand your counterpart is equally as strong and magnetic as you. So I get what we're dealing with is a lot of strong divine feminines who have already done their work and who are, you know, moving forward. and sifting through, I guess you will, potential counterparts. Because we've seen a couple seasons of this. I think maybe one of the seasons got delayed quite a bit because of some dark masculine energy, because the divine counterparts still keep not getting there, because they're under these illusions from their yeah, see, now the Empress is out on the bottom. Like, look, I told you the feminine energies are there. They're present. Yes, we saw the Emperor, but it didn't come out. Like, also but this is just her, the Empress showing herself as well. This is the energies speaking for themselves at this point. But yeah, that's what happens when you do this love spell stuff. That's what happens when you, yep, see? It creates this illusion around the Empress, or behind the Empress, or in front of the Empress, or next to the Empress, or, you know, however you want to, you know, see it. And it makes you sit there and get into this Knight of Pentacles energy where you just think, because they're holding you up. They've curled you by, I have to look up the DNA or whatever it is about the hair. There's probably some scientific bit of information that spiritually relates to exactly what I'm saying, and now I have to look it up. So, yeah, I'm a little irritated. But yeah, that's essentially what happens. There's something that occurs because of the way they utilize this this hair follicle, your secretions, or if you're feminine, like, because this works both ways. This is exactly how, you know, if you have a woman that keeps, you know, that's in the runner energy, that's constantly yeah, that person may be under an illusion as well, or under their own illusions, because it, you know, the spell work, man. I don't know who's, you know, the spell work is ultimately to keep you from making the right decision in marriage. And we've seen that already happen with these other counterparts where they chose wrong. And so that's why it's like really stupid to me, like, when these people don't get it. But it's like, again, it's their comfort level. You know, some people don't want to really be all that because they feel like it's a weight. Like, oh wow, I'll be so responsible for all of this. Yes, you'll be responsible for it because we know that you can handle it, kind of thing. Like, you handle the level that you're already at currently so marvelously. But it's this constant illusion, and also the way that they snatch your money up and your hope for all options of marriage. It's kind of like they leave you with this. You're penetrated in an energy where this is all the stuff that you lack. You lack the clarity and truth of what, you know, what the happened, right? And then you also don't have any hope or faith for this anymore, right? Because you saw that with them. And then also it puts you in some type of situation where you may have overspent, or you end up overindulging. Like, there's issues with the ego that start to come out and take place. You know, I don't even know where I want to put the truth right now. It's like, whoosh, sweep the table with that truth energy. Can you see? Okay. I'm running out of space. So yeah, I don't know. I don't so much know. So let's see, the love spell. And masculines don't believe, I don't know, maybe the ego kind of makes them believe that either it's an ego or they don't know how to do the work, is what I was going to say. It's an ego, or they don't know how to really do the work. They don't really know something about their fruits of the labor, the rewards. Let's put that there for a minute. They don't really know how to do the work. That's what it is. It's a lot of psychological work. It's a lot of you have to break a mental psychosis too, because you've gone in this circle, you've gone in this cycle quite a bit. That's what the illusion does. It casts you in a circle with respect to your emotions. So it puts your emotions in a whirlwind because of this constant communication. When you feel like you've just lifted off, you know, that's what I'm saying. It's as soon as you lift off, this energy creeps back up. you know. This energy knows when to, you know, move back towards you, to distract you, deter you, you know, those kinds of things. And then they go right back into their thing, leaving you in this low again, because that's a part of doing the spell. In order to keep the person, you have to remain elusive until the point that when you say you want to marry them, and then that goes together really quickly, and then after that you're stuck. So that's what ends up happening. Yeah, wow. Okay, I wasn't even looking at the cards really. I was just telling you, but that's what the card said too. It's like, you know, it happened really quick, and then I got caught up in this. Yeah, and unfortunately, I think there may be a lot more divine masculines that got themselves caught up, and that's how you fall from grace, sirs. That's how you fall from grace. I mean, okay, you want to bring it to biblical terms? Do not yoke yourself with a non-believer. So this person doesn't believe in love. This person doesn't believe in you. This person doesn't believe in their own self and their own strength. All they believe in is magic. They believe in some illusionary opportunity, and they don't have what it takes to actually be on the same level as you. This is low vibrational energy, you know, that does this kind of stuff. And the only reason why I know about this is because I think I saw it somewhere. I had to have, because I don't, nope, I told you that one little candle. And I think the only reason why it worked on him so well is because there was an actual affinity. Like, we were dealing with each other. It was like right as soon as we, like the moment you walk out the door, kind of break up. But of course, it always puts you at a stalemate. You know, it's inevitable. When you do this stuff, it's always going to put you at a stalemate, whomever it is that's doing the magic. It takes other people through all these cycles of hermit mode, of really having to go within. And, you know, oftentimes it makes a fool of you in front of other people. You look ridiculous, you know, because at some point people are just kind of looking and watching and staring at you like, well, why don't you have, you know, a relationship? What's wrong with you? Because it does really start to become that, you know. And the only reason, way, shape, or form people would know the difference is if they come towards you. And, you know, depending on the work that you've done, you may be very intimidating to others, because they know that, you know, they know with a glance that you're going to require that they bring themselves up to a different level. So what ends up happening, though, is the person who's under the illusion and the magic spell ends up not being certain about which way to go. They see all of these things on the level that they used to be, as the option for where they should be placing their efforts, energy, and making their commitments to, you know. And it keeps them in this balancing mode where they don't really reach their full potential. You know, it's like, oh, okay, yeah, my friends are all starting to earn, you know, 100 million, but I'm still in the, you know, 50 million marker. Or take it how it resonates. 50K, 100K. Take it how it resonates. And this is what, yeah, the inability to move forward is what keeps, you know, the cycle going. It's that 8 and 9 and 8 and 9 and 8 and 9 and 8 and 9. Yeah, so until the tower is really, you know, positioned to kind of, you know, the tower has to fall. The tower is destruction in the tower is a good thing. I want to just end on that because I gotta go. Yeah, the goal is to always let love lead. You know, that's always, always, always. I wanted to go in my book really quick about the Tower card, just to kind of reference. I like this book. I have a lot of different interpretations for all the cards because it may resonate, but I have to know, like, I have to have some additional sources, or see it on the card. That's the huge part of it. Okay, what am I looking for? I'm looking for the tower. Oh, it's right there. The tower is like a fortress, you know, a stone tower, still remaining from like medieval times or Europe. It's in the process of falling down or being destroyed, most often by fire or lightning. I think lightning is important because we can carry lightning as an energy in ourselves too. When we go through and we decide to bring the tower, that's the energy that we're working in. And I've been looking at a lot of the different light sources that we have. It was funny because one of my friends, I was like, "What kind of light are you?" And he was like, "Flashlight." It was so funny. You have to understand, neon light. Anyway, in the weight deck, some others, the tower's crown is being blown off of by fiery impact. The blast catapults human figures out of the windows. So there's the thing: if you're a king in one level, when you move up level, you have to take off that old crown too. So that's a part of the process that they're keeping you from too, is realizing that it's okay to let go of all these things that once made me who I am, because that's a part of you know, the snake energy in healing, right? Is to recreate itself, regenerate itself, right? I don't know, just go with it. It sounds good, right? The implication, the blast catapults human figures out of the windows. Yes, because you have to let go of people, places, and things. So like I was saying, the crown is coming off, right? So that's the thing. The place is the tower, and the people are, you know, falling out. You know, that's typically their attitude, because, you know, if you're in this energy of doing magic, you're definitely in the personal tower of your own. But anyway, like death, like the death card, the devil. The tower, like the death card and the devil, the tower tends to strike alarm and fear into anyone who's reading it appears. And indeed, many writers assign a fully negative meaning to this card. The tower does not necessarily represent ruin and devastation, although its appearance usually does herald swift and dramatic change, sometimes shocking and extremely upsetting change. It is important to keep in mind that the querent has usually brought the situation on herself by ignoring or denying that something is rotten and needs restructuring or deconstruction. So that kind of speaks about the spirit and the body too. Like if you understand the tower to be yourself and your home and your place, you know, that we speak about in tarot, then you also understand that there's been this disruption because people have utilized your energy. They've done all these manipulative things, right, with you and the things that belong to you, all right? Anyway, but you've allowed this to happen, right, by coercing, right? So it's denying that, you know, that reconstruction or deconstruction. So taking off that crown, saying, okay, that crown was appropriate for the level I was at, but the level that I'm going to requires a new crown with more jewels, with more this, with more that, because you have more territory that you'll be gaining, all these other things. Because when you ascend and you have all these contracts and everything and you uphold them, they actually work in your favor, just like the one that you were in previously did. It looked good, it smelled good, it felt good, all of those things. But now it's time to take that crown off and move on to your next level of your next. Just trust me on this. Heavier is the head that wears the crown, and sometimes your crown continues to get heavier because you can continue to get stronger through these attacks, these spiritual attacks. Anyway, I'm here today. I gotta go, actually. Okay, I'm gonna end this up. Most likely the querent is already aware of the pressing need. Okay, so you're already aware that you need to make this change or whatever needs to happen in your life. And then all along, then comes a circumstance like losing a job or getting a divorce, having an accident, or a financial setback that forces this person to face the reality, right? That's in the book here. There's no question this card signifies the crumbling of an old and outworn structure. It demands that you begin to deal seriously with your life collapsing all around you, instead of like the Roman Emperor Nero, fiddling while your house burns. Ooh, see, your house burns. I told you there was the house energy there. Any number of possibilities exist: breaking off an unsatisfactory or destructive relationship, quitting a stifling job, moving into a new position. I got that a lot too. I'm gonna do a reading because I did get that energy, and I want to help everybody see that. Casting off false materialistic values, confronting long buried issues of guilt and shame, shucking the social conventions that limit your progress, selling your over mortgaged house and living more simply, or ridding yourself of burdensome possessions. This list is endless, but the querent nearly always knows what the issue is, and that he or she is imprisoned by a self-created fortress, whether for protection, safety, or from fear of facing the unknown. I got startled to say it. From fear of facing the unknown. Ah, yes, from fear of facing the unknown. Well, I knew that. I had that download, but I guess I didn't write it down. So Spirit's like, yeah, it's here. So you build the tower, yourself, so you can build a new one. That's what it is. You got to get that down, because it can't be a new building if you build it on the same, structure. That's a part of real estate too, is that in some states, you have to rebuild the structure from the ground up in order for it to get a new, like to increase in value with what you've built. You have to remove the structure, certain parts of the foundation and pieces and whatnot, in order to establish a new built year. So like if the house was originally built in, let's say 1980, and you took down that structure from there, you build something else. You can keep certain parts of it, right? But you have a certain amount that they require. So when you rebuild, let's say you bought the house was originally 1980 built, you take down whatever parts they told you of the structure, and then you start from whatever foundation is left from there, whether it be dirt or like an actual foundation. At that point, you get a new year built. So let's say you started this new build in 2006, so now your house is now 2006, so it increases in value by doing so. So taking off all of this essentially increases value for your foundation to be built upon. Like, that's why you inherit and gain. That's why I'm saying it's a gain, it's not a loss. It's the process to build this new legacy and part of what you're moving forward towards, you know, whatever that part of your legacy looks like. Your legacy could be owning your first home, actually, you know, it could be a really good job for you, it could be a really good marriage and relationship. Who knows? But essentially, the love spells are to deter you and detract you from that. Once you're on that level, to get to that next level, everything looks attractive about the old stuff, and you may hold on so tight to it that you bleed your hands out. But you know, that's why the accidents and stuff like that occur. But anyway, the message of the Tower is that you must destroy the old structures before they destroy you, so you can become free. Give me 1 second. Okay. So, otherwise, they may be shattered by seemingly outside influences, which you have actually created yourself. It's a part of that whole mental process when you're dealing with manifestation and all that good stuff. In the wake of the chaos, a new order will grow. What will unsound will come tumbling down. What was unsound will come tumbling down. You can pick and choose among the rubble to decide what is worth saving, and from that, rebuild your life in accordance with who you truly are. Many people interpret the Tower as representing a catastrophe, but whatever disruption or adversity it heralds is for the best. The Tower represents the overthrow of the false ideas and old habit patterns that need to be gotten rid of. In this sense, it is not a negative card, but a positive one. Sometimes there is indeed some kind of loss, personal or financial, but careful examination of all of these factors will generally show that the catastrophic event could have been foreseen if you had only been aware and willing to face the facts. The Tower is related to Uranus, the planet of unexpected, lightning-fast events. What is destroyed in conjunction with this card has served its purpose and needs to go. Okay, and that's the Tower in the upright. So that's all the Tower is communicating. So what I'm understanding this whole little spiel is that's how love spells work. And the love spells are here in your life to help you further see. You know what I mean? It's like the universe had to go a step beyond, and these people were willing participants to utilize magic to put you under an illusion, to make it hard for you because you weren't willing to let go of it in the first place. But it's to receive this this Ace of Cups, this cup of love. I'm gonna leave it here. I'm gonna do it. That's it. Okay. It's to receive this, you know, it's because once you actually break free from the illusion and move forward, you gain this. You gain the 10 of Cups. The 10 of Pentacles. You gain the Ace of Cups and the Lover's card, right? And then on the bottom is the Ace of Wands, which brings and sparks all these new ideas, new opportunities. Look at all these sprouts on this this wand. So I'm gonna leave it there. I hope that this has been helpful, insightful in some way. I'll catch you on the next one later.